Are short-term rentals causing the housing crisis? There are many factors that are causing the housing crisis, such as higher home prices, higher interest rates, higher inflation, homeowners not willing to sell because they're sitting on lower mortgage rates, and short-term rentals are being purchased for investments. Airbnb was a way of homeowners to become hosts to out-of-towners and provide short-term rentals as a low-cost option to hotels, as well as income to homeowners. Airbnb started in 2008 and has grown to 4 million hosts who have housed 1.4 billion guests in almost every country around the world. The idea came about when the founders rented out air mattresses in their apartment to attendees of a conference, since all the hotels were booked. The abundance of Airbnb properties has generated criticism because hosts are buying homes that would otherwise be purchased by would-be homeowners, thus driving up prices and reducing the amount of long-term rental property. So, what does that all mean to the real estate market? Let's take a look. Hello, my name is Herbert McGurk. I'm a real estate agent for Social Impact in Beverly Hills, California. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, share, or like. The concept of Airbnb and other short-term rental companies like VRBO and HomeAway are converting long-term rentals that would have housed local residents and families and making them short-term rentals for travelers, thereby reducing the already short supply of homes. Although lower bookings and occupancy rates fell 31% of the 50 largest U.S. short-term markets from July through September of 2022, Airbnb is still having a banner year. According to Time magazine, demand is still rising every month, and so are Airbnb bookings and revenue, says Jamie Lane of AirDNA. Although hosts in some markets are seeing a correction after a pandemic-driven boom, on the whole, demand remains very strong and aren't seeing any Airbnb bust. What motivates someone to be a short-term rental host? In the beginning, being a host of an Airbnb was fun and flexible. You could offer a room or space in your house as often as you like. You'd have money to earn to pay for household bills, help your mortgage, or save money up to make improvements. And depending on where you live, you could earn more money from short-term leases than long-term leases. Today, Airbnb says people are turning out in droves to become hosts because people are looking for ways to pay for higher mortgage rates. But others see the more people turning to Airbnb host results in fewer homes on the market and higher long-term rents. Do short-term rentals affect long-term rentals? In Los Angeles, the LAist states that tenant advocates have long argued that platforms like Airbnb worsen LA's housing crisis by encouraging landlords to remove homes from the long-term rental market in search of higher profits in the vacation rental market. David Spocksmuth, professor of McGill University, estimates that 6,510 housing units were being operated as dedicated short-term rental properties, meaning LA residents could no longer use them as long-term homes. Spocksmuth estimates that number has now dropped to 2,500 homes that aren't accessible to long-term renters. What type of effect has it had on the hospitality industry? According to Short-Term Sage, the hotel industry loses approximately $450 million in direct revenues per year to Airbnb. All the short-term rental companies have influenced the hotel businesses, although hotel executives had denied or downplayed the effect of Airbnb on their industry. They have admitted short-term rentals are a big player in the hospitality business. The American Hotel and Lodging Association endeavored to rein in Airbnb by lobbying for stricter regulations. They contend that Airbnb does not pay hotel taxes that benefit the community nor follow safety protocols. Other groups have joined in on their concerns, such as local politicians, affordable housing groups, neighborhood associations, and hotel labor unions. I have used Airbnb numerous times in the United States and overseas. I stayed in an Airbnb in Seoul, Korea for a convention. The unit was an apartment above a subway station. I had a 180-degree view of the city and was able to jump on the subway to conveniently arrive at my convention. It also cost about half of what I would have paid on a hotel. I also stayed locally in an Airbnb because I wanted a few romantic days away in the desert and was able to relax, hike, and enjoy a nice home-cooked meal. Although I have to say the cost was as expensive as a hotel or even more. Airbnb has become a hospitality disruptor and an innovative platform. In order to expand the hotel business, there are many regulatory hurdles and huge upfront costs. However, Airbnb doesn't need to build a new property to provide accommodations in a new location. According to Short Term Sage, there is one hotel chain that would rather adapt and compete with short-term rentals instead of trying to take them down. Marriott debuted its Homes and Villas by Marriott International in 2019, a luxury home sharing product that targets Airbnb users who prefer high-end property. What are some of the problems that Airbnb hosts deal with? The biggest issues a short-term rental host must deal with are regulations, local laws, parties, excessive turnover, unmanageable guests, not realizing their market, late notice for cancellation, complaints from the neighbors, compensation for missing or broken stuff, and looking for better guests. And in some cases, hosts may need to get additional insurance, have inconsistent income, and you'll get a bad review once in a while, and maintaining a short-term rental could be a full-time job. The obvious fact is Airbnb, VRBO, and HomeAway are converting long-term rentals that would have housed local residents and making them short-term rentals, therefore decreasing the already low inventory of housing. On the flip side, Airbnb, VRBO, and many more are complaining that the rental industry is becoming oversaturated. Once fully booked properties of all sizes are now having difficulty getting any bookings on any online service. Airbnb went public in November 2020 and rose to 223% by February the following year. The stock dropped to its lowest point in December of 2022 to $89 and has rose to $119 as of March of 2023. There are presently 6.2 million active listings on the platform, which may be a tough number to grow as quickly as it has in the past. I hope this video has been informative. My name is Herbert McGurk, a real estate agent for social impact. I give 10% of my commission to a charity of your choice for every transaction we close. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment, share, or like, and I'll look forward to seeing you on my next video.